Adding a rating prompt to your Xamarin.iOS application is as easy as adding the iRate component from the component store and customizing it with a few lines of code. So here I've already done that and set up a default little test project. And the first thing that we'll see is that the iRate prompt has come up to prompt my user to rate my application. We'll see I have a customizable title and message that comes up, asking them nicely if they take a moment to rate the app, and gives them three options. To rate it now, which will take them directly to the App Store, and iRate takes care of all the hard work of finding out the direct link to the App Store for you. You can remind me later, so it'll come back later and ask them, or they can say no thanks. Now let's see how I've done that. The very first thing I'll do, and what you'll want to do in your application, is right-click on Components, either inside of Xamarin Studio or Visual Studio, and say Get More Components. This will open the Xamarin Components Store, where you can browse a bunch of different libraries, user interface, and cloud services that you can add to your applications, and I'm going to search for iRate. So here you can see I have the iRate rating prompt. You can browse the component, get detailed information, and what you'll see in your application is Add to App. Now I've already installed it. So since I've already installed it, I can access it, and I'm here up in my app delegate. And here I've created a static app delegate, so this gets called every single time my app gets started. And the iRate.shared instance is where all of the properties are going to be set. What you can see here is I've set a few defaults for the iRate for when it will pop up. I want to ensure that we wait at least 5 days until the very first time my users run the app, and that they've used it at least 15 times, so I know they keep coming back. And after that, when your user launches the app, it'll go ahead and prompt them with that message box. You can also do it by event-based system, which will allow you to say iRate.shared instance events until prompt. So instead of waiting days or number of uses, you can actually say, I'm going to wait till they click this button so many times or go to this page so many times, and how many times I've triggered this event, or multiple events. So here I'm going to say 10 events. And I'm in a master detail application, so when I go to detail view controller and my view did load, I'm going to log the event. So now if I go ahead and do that 10 times, I have the ability to either pass in true or false into this log event, and that'll log it on the next, or it'll prompt them to rate the app the next time the app launches or immediately. So that's really great. In addition to just customizing when the prompt comes up, you can also customize how the prompt looks. By default, out of the box, you'll get the messages that we saw earlier, which are completely translated for you already. But you can set a custom message title, a completely custom message, and you can even customize each button on there as well. So here I've set a message title and a message, and let's see now what it looks like. So with my changes, now the title says I love you, and it'd be lovely if you were to rate my wonderful application. And there you go, with just adding a simple component, the iRate rating prompt component, and a few lines of code, you'll have the ability to prompt your users to rate your application.